Do it. Oh. My window. See all my shoulders? I'm so broad. Do I need to move over in the camera a little bit?
No, you're okay. I just need to stop being a detriment.
Hey.
Alright, we should be live.
Okay. We're back?
We've been live for 30 seconds, maybe.
Hey! All right.
While I'm doing live edits to the overlay.
I'm very excited for us to have our open title cards so that everyone can be a part of what we're doing. Mute that. Okay. Awesome. Hey, we're back. How cool is this?
Yep. It's been a brief hiatus while some things were happening in the background with Zephyr, as well as some of the teams been out and about at other shows.
To include you.
Yes, I did just return from Japan.
Japan. I can't not do the Street Fighter 2 voice.
Japan. Yeah.
Hey, we're live. Hi, Stu. Welcome. Thank you for helping us with the update, which we will go over very shortly. But first, I want to hear more about Bo in Japan. You were at which summit?
So we were invited to attend the World Robotics Summit in Fukushima, Japan.
That's cool.
Which I didn't realize was quite as far out from Tokyo as it is. Literally pretty much like the middle of nowhere. Which, you know, most people would probably be upset about, but like the countryside over there is just gorgeous.
I can't imagine. Welcome, Kyle. Welcome to the stream. We back.
Indeed. We are indeed back.
And as cute as ever. Look at us. It's so nice to be back. What are your big takeaways from the World Robotics Summit?
That as a whole, the way that teams have been working, like the way that their teams worked at the actual like implement. So to boil down what I saw, without being too like reductionary, is it actually was less of a summit and more of like a competition kind of thing. So they were using I think both land and air robots, like your the dogs, or like drone, or like ground tracked. I don't know the proper term for the land based drones are, but like essentially just like bomb disposal robots.
Oh, that's cool. Like the Boston Dynamics kind of like.
So there were, I do believe I saw one. I saw one of the quadrupeds there, but most of the ones that they actually used in the scenario that they were doing had like tracks, so like tank treads.
Oh, okay. So a little bit more versatile on different terrain.
So the one that I saw that did the best was like it had 4 separate tank treads, and based how the way that the drone could move, it could use the tank treads to kind of like stand up almost. So it would like,
that's cool.
It could go from being flat and moving to being like lifted up a little bit and moving, so it could clear a lot more of the obstacles. And then they had like a little like crane beak arm that like could pick up like broken pipes or the random debris and detritus that was in the way, and move it out of the way so it could get to further places inside of their disaster scenario.
Oh wow, that's awesome. It was
super cool. The part of the drone competition that I was able to see, because like they had the whole competition like up on like a LED screen, where it showed the pilots doing what they were doing to like prep the drones, and then it showed a live view of the camera feed for the actual UAV when it was flying out, they had it go out and over the ocean for a little bit, and then come in and find abandoned vehicle and a couple of other different scenarios while we were there. It was pretty neat.
That's really cool. Stu raised a good point because I was actually thinking about that. Like, I saw like whatever the whole generational flow of Terminators was, and I think the first one that has the tank treads is like the XT100 or T800. But yeah, terrifying. We live in the future, and it can be a little scary. But you know, I think as long as we're
It's not so much that we live in the future; it's that we're living in the burgeoning part of it. So like everything
that's
is
what's
new,
scary.
and depending on what we do with it, will inform whether we're in Terminator or if we're
Right.
in like a a technological blissful
Utopia?
era.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like I would love to be in the Utopia part of it, like Star Trek,
I mean,
and not
based off of current events, I think I know which one we're
yeah, sort
in.
of like a little bit of Terminator Judgment Day going on. But I will say this much: it's been really cool for us to be part of that conversation moving forward.
Mhm.
Um, while we're on this bleeding edge of these technological advances, especially with drones, that we are an authority in that realm, and we have a lot of really good folks coming to us for our perspective and the trajectory of what's going on. We're in the process of doing this article for one of the groups that we work with, and answering a lot of questions on the back end about what are these implications and how do we help to control that. It's been really really cool. Hooray for being millennials. We bear witness to everything new. Yeah, Stu, because we haven't had precedented times in a couple decades. It's been a lot
I
of
don't,
unprecedented.
I don't think we've ever had precedented times because like it may have seemed like precedented times when we were children because we weren't worried about what was going on, but I'm sure it's been unprecedented times the entire time that we've existed.
As a child of the mid 80s and growing up through the 90s, like the worst that we had to worry about was, can Doritos become too extreme? And the answer was yes.
They also
They
be
out extreme themselves.
they also became too 3D.
They did. It was too real. I need a flat chip. Don't come in here with your puffed up Dorito. That's a bit much. We got to tone it down. And then the world went crazy. So like, really, what's a 3D chip gonna hurt anyway
Hey,
at this point?
maybe the 3D chip is what caused the end times. We don't know.
You know, now you're getting into the whole like CERN super collider kind of thing, and that's a talk track that I'm not ready for on a
It's
work
okay.
stream
Yeah,
because
for
I'm gonna
sure.
get too animated and I'm gonna say something I'm gonna regret.
But no. So kind of reeling things back in.
Oh yeah.
I would say that I had a lot of good conversations, but my conversational Japanese is not good enough to have good conversations. So
The
most
fact
of
that
it,
you worked towards having conversational Japanese and not just learning the language, but a lot of the things that have to do with manners and presentation and culture, I think that in and of itself, like that attention to another culture and interaction, I think is really something to be applauded. That I respect the hell out of that. That's really cool.
it was very interesting times, I will say.
Yeah.
And of course, you know, I stayed extra time for vacation, but um, it was a very humbling experience. I think because like I don't think that as a whole I've gone through and been somewhere completely like out of my out of my depth, I guess, because
Hmm.
like nothing is like pretty much nothing is in English no matter where you look unless you're in some of the more popular areas, which I tried to stay away from
Sure.
for the most part. But like nothing's in English. Very few people speak English.
Hmm.
It was very humbling experience because like it's very seldom that I ever feel like you know I'm like I don't know if I can handle this, but
Hmm.
it was one of those things where it was just like I threw myself into the deep end. I'm glad that I did. It was very good for self discovery, but and it's good for discovering you know the way other people in other countries and their governments are using drones in disaster scenarios. So
Sure.
I'm excited to see and share the stuff that I saw with the dev team,
Hmm.
and kind of see what that informs for Zephyr. Um,
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's a really good point to hit on too, is that, we don't we don't work in a bubble. Almost everything we do has some kind of outside influence from either our clients, um, uh, other people that surround the dev team, or going to these shows, especially when it's in another country, where
mhm.
we're able to take what we see in the real world and apply it to make the simulation just that much more realistic.
Yeah.
And I think that's something that can tend to get lost in the conversation, that, this isn't us working in a static area. This is us working towards, making this as close to perfect as we can get as far as information comes into us. And we're pretty open about how we share that information and that communication.
Yep. Looks like we have an E-step in
We do
chat.
have an E-step. Hello.
How,
Hiya.
um,
Howdy. Welcome.
I will say it's super. Uh, it's very refreshing to kind of see how like things work, because they're also working at adopting the NIST fundamentals
Hmm.
over there, so that's neat. Um,
That's cool.
uh,
When you break down, like, get away from the language barriers, the cultural barriers, things of that nature, there are some things that are just universal. Like disaster response, like the need for drones and the need for drone training.
yeah,
And I think when you can start to bridge those gaps and find commonality is where you really start to see innovation. And that becomes your engine for necessity. And that's a pretty cool way for us to be able to, again, kind of stay on the forefront of how we continue to develop things and how we continue to grow our situation within the sphere. Sorry, my German Shepherd is losing her mind in the
it's okay.
background. So if you hear
Um,
some loud barks, that's why.
the other thing I found interesting is that like they did use simulation. I don't know what simulation or if it's like built specifically for this event. And I think I mentioned it in some of the. I tried to keep a lot of the team abreast of what I was seeing while I was
Hmm.
there, but they did have a simulated part of it. They would not exactly let me, because the competition was going on while I was there, which
Hmm.
of course it is. um, I couldn't actually get in to see how the simulation was, or like
Hmm.
how it was working. So I think it would be neat to see if we can approach Doc, or, uh, Dr. Taro about potentially being involved with that next year,
Yeah,
or
absolutely.
however it goes. But um, since we offer a simulator, I don't think it's too far of a shot. And since they're trying to utilize a simulator for their specific use case, I think it would be an interesting way to contribute to training up and coming teams for saving people.
Yeah, I agree. And I think it's cool that we were able to derive this much out of this. Is the first time you've gone. Like, it's the first time we've had a presence over there for something like that. And I think just to enrich that moving forward, that's a huge opportunity for us and for our clients that have the sim, and especially those that are getting more adept at it. When we apply things like the massive update that we did last week, that's a lot more utility that's available to them at the value. So I think that just helps to continue that drive for conversation and make those connections. So I look forward to next year. I think there's a lot of really neat stuff that we can pull from that and put into practice. So that's exciting. I'm glad you got to do that. The
Mm-hmm.
pictures look just incredible. Um, I had a lot of the FOMO, especially when you were hanging out with Godzilla for a minute. Like,
Yeah.
not even editorializing. Like, it's just a massive Godzilla next to a building. That that and the huge Gundam. That
Yep.
tickled some nerd stuff for me.
Oh, and
Looks like.
it like I'm not a short person,
Uh,
and that thing obviously dwarfs me because like I felt very
yeah.
insignificant. I felt very insignificant next to both things.
Yeah, now, if you could just have the Gundam and the Godzilla fight, that would be awesome. Pacific Rim is one of my favorite movies.
I do believe that without getting too far off track, because you did mention that we put an update, and I'm very much in the dark about updates, seeing as I was gone.
Right.
So I kind of want to get more information about that from you, but I do think that the Gundam is much shorter than Godzilla.
Oh, really? Well,
Yeah.
Dynamite comes in small packages, right?
Yeah, I mean, Godzilla, from what I saw, is like 30 stories tall.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
I want that here. Like, why we should have that here. I want to see it. So you mentioned our update. Let's get into it. If you'll be so kind as to select, we'll go to the beach first.
Okay.
We've shown this a little bit in the beta for anybody that's joined a previous stream before. And again, so if anybody's new, we got a few people watching. So, and in case you pull it up on the VOD later, my name's Dustin. This is my brother in marketing, Bo, and we are with Zephyr Drone Simulator. And we work a lot with enterprise groups, different educational communities, public works, search and rescue, things like that. So we offer this simulator that people can engage with and get tactile experience and build up muscle memory, so that when they do pick up their controller for their actual drone, they are far less likely to damage person or property, and to build skills to help pass certifications and to understand some real world application for drones in the current world. That being said, we've had a set list for the past year of things like the NIST, things like like looking for the ducks on the island, running different smaller scenarios, different commands, following commands while you're operating the drone. What we're bringing to the table now, which those of you who are already clients were prompted to update to our latest version, the 1.10.5, and then within that we have a full description of what all went into it. You can find that on our wiki. I'll make sure that there's a post to our wiki soon. I think there's one on our YouTube channel, but I'll make sure that there's a good pathway to it. I'll throw it in the comments. But that being said, it's pretty incredible what all has been done. A lot of bug fixes went into it. A lot of real world physics applied to the drones that we already had. Really, fine tuning a lot of that functionality for those drones so that it feels much more realistic, like you're actually flying those drones. It's pretty incredible. And then some other things that we had were some new scenarios, like our beach scenario. It's jam-packed with things going on in this boardwalk atmosphere in South Florida. You can call it Miami if you want to. It's not quite Vice City, but it feels pretty close to it. If you include me as an avatar, I'll sound just like Tommy Vercetti, I promise, whether you want it or not. But within that, there are several different modules within the new scenario, like Free Flight, where you just get to explore the beachfront, interact with the different things that you can bounce off of and crash into, which is what I did a lot. There's the beach tour, where you're guided through a leisurely tour with some commands. There's a racing circuit, so if you click your button and switch to first person, it's much more like racing through one of our other scenarios, like the warehouse or what is it? It's sort of like the course that we have that you can go through it.
We have
the gymnate.
Yeah, we have a couple of different racing scenarios.
Yeah, those are. You could voice the module instructions in Miami if you want. I would love to, Stu. That would make me so happy.
You need to take your drone and go around the bend there.
Okay, now hang on. I don't have to sound cornbread if I don't want to. This is just my normal speaking voice. But in situations like this, I can have proper diction. I just don't ask me to say things like guitar.
Now you done. You slung your drone past the dang
Wow.
the dang old
Now, if you go down the beach here and you see a lady in a pink towel, you've gone too far. Um,
She's catty
yes, I
cornered
am
to the Wawa down there.
kitty corner, and we don't have Wawa, son. We got 7-Elevens and come and goes.
Not the 7-Eleven.
Yeah, or the Kangaroo Mart. There's Kangaroo
I've
Mart.
always heard catty corner, but I'm not from the same level of South as you are.
Brett is a great name for your character. Thank you. Yes,
Guitar.
yeah, yeah. Look, I'm a little bit of backstory on me. I grew up in Western Arkansas in the Ozark Mountains. I am about as hick as you can get, and then I spent the last 20 years in Tennessee. So, it is a heck of a hodgepodge of Southern accents, and now I live in Boston. So imagine that novelty of everybody up here with like going to Stop and Shop and Market Basket, and I'm like, I like going to the Market Basket. The food's cheaper. Um, and Holdings. Cattywampus is a great one. Anyway, meanwhile, back at the ranch. There's the racing circuit. There's a pier slalom, beach scavenger hunt, which is where you can find rubber ducks on the beach, which is incredible. Absolutely love. There's a couple of those. One where you're looking around the buildings and the streets, and one's where you're on the beachfront. So that's pretty fun. And a missing person scenario in there. So that kind of ties into the search and rescue portion that we'll look at next. But yeah, we have search and rescue for a beach environment, and we have it for a mountainous or hiking environment.
I will say
that's a good question from Alex.
I will say Family Mart on top.
Ooh, Family Mart.
You can't beat Famichiki, man. It's so good. It's so good. But the ones I had most access to were Lawson's. But if I saw a Family Mart, it was on site.
Pier slalom is hard. I'm excited to try. I haven't tried that one.
All right, well let's fire it up. Yeah, do it, Bo. All right,
do it, lady. Family Mart love, baby.
Oh, dude, Family Mart's unbeaten.
What makes it so special? What's so great about Family Mart?
Family Mart is it's hard to quantify. So each of the kombinis have like their own charms, I guess. But Family Mart has the most of the things that I like. So when I was originally preparing for my trip, my friend Joseph, who goes all the time, had told me that I had a choice to make while I was there, and that was whether or not I was going to try Famichiki or not. And he warned me that no fried chicken after I ate it would ever compare to Famichiki, which is a bold claim. It's a bold claim.
I don't know why that made me real defensive. I don't know if it's again my hillbilly genes coming out in me or not. But hold on a minute now.
The thing is he's not wrong.
Oh no. That's awesome, though.
So the cool thing about Famichiki is it's always fresh, and it's always so juicy and tender. It's like a perfectly fried. Does it want me to go all the way out here? It's a perfectly fried piece of chicken thigh meat that is lightly breaded. It's so good. I can't. I've been having Famichiki withdrawals.
Oh no. Now you just gotta make it. Now you're a good cook. You can do it.
No, I just need to go back. Send me back.
Send me back. All right. So Stu said that the pier slalom is hard. 478 out of 500. That ain't no slouch. Looking pretty good there, Bo.
What did you lose I was a little too slow. Yeah, it wants a minute. But let's figure it out.
Doing it
let me switch to a drone that I'm more familiar with.
There we go.
The onsen is probably the greatest thing I did while I was there. That wasn't totally So I did a lot of bucket list items for myself while I was there. But the onsen was up there. I was telling Dustin earlier today. Actually, no, it was yesterday in one of our meetings. I was like, I'm gonna plan a whole other trip, and I'm just gonna hit as many onsen as I can in the country.
And this is the baths, right? This is
Oh yeah, this is
group bathing experience.
the public bathing natural springs, and they don't have to be public. There are some where you can get private baths, but like
Mm-hmm.
things that I need to invest in. My own yukata, because like none of the ones that they had at the hotel were big enough for me. Uh, so even when I like cinched the obi, it would still be like open. It looked like I was wearing a really deep V.
Nice, like a villain.
Yeah, I looked. It was straight up mega mindish. Also, welcome in, Christian. How are you?
Hey, Christian. We got to get together and get you on here streaming with us, as a matter of fact. And I think you sent over some interview questions for us too. So let's circle back to that soon. I'd love to continue that conversation. Bo's pilgrimage, yeah. Bo's happy place, more like it.
I got to visit, like on my way to the actual drone summit or the robotics summit. I got to go. Like it was when I say in the middle of nowhere, it was in a really classic, like traditional like samurai town. Like is where the like you had to ride the train from Tokyo to to Sendai station, and then from Sendai you had to take a small local train down to the actual venue. It was close to a place called Namie,
Mm-hmm.
and hang on, there you go,
Ugh,
bud. 58
look at
seconds.
that. 500 out of 500. Let's
Uh,
go.
so yeah, so I went to the place that I ended up going to that was the samurai village was called Haranomachi, which is where I caught the bus to go to Namie. But Haranomachi is like a straight up like they have a festival there with like people on like horseback in like samurai armor with the like the old school like flags that have the like ridge. It was awesome.
Oh, that's cool.
It was super neat. But yeah, if you're gonna go to Japan, and like I know that I'm I'm a tourist giving other people advice, but like go out into the middle of nowhere and experience the countryside, and then do
Huh.
like Tokyo and the cities like last. It was much cooler to go out and see what rural life was out there, and they do depending on what time of year you go, like there's a lot of like festivals and stuff that you can attend, and like
Oh, that would be so
you
cool.
can just kind of join in. it's
Yeah.
it's super cool. Highly recommend.
Oh, that's rad. Yeah,
So I got under a minute. What up?
you did it. Yep. 58 seconds. Look at that.
In
It
a
can be
in,
done.
in a first gen Mavic. Let's go.
Yeah. I would love to see this at one of the shows with Brandon and Parker where people come up and just do some of these simulator, like some of these modules over and over, trying to get the fastest time.
Oh no, I can't wait until we go back
Oh, so
to.
good.
I can't wait till you go back to the smart community STEM camp because like
Oh, absolutely.
I did it in 58 seconds, which means those kids can probably do it in like 30.
Probably. Yeah. The youth and their ability to adapt to this new technology is terrifying.
Absolutely. They take to it so quickly, and like I said, I've seen. I think that I'm a decent pilot, but
Hmm.
God, did they dumpster me?
Now that's drone racing.
Yeah, exactly. Now this is drone racing.
I like it. Perfect.
Um, yeah, so it is important to distinguish that even though there is a search and rescue module inside of the beach,
Hmm.
um, the beach is available to everybody that has a paid account. I'm pretty sure, and then
Anybody
uh,
with a paid account.
the search and rescue mountain modules are only available to enterprise customers right now.
That's correct. Yeah, and we're doing that by design. Where we're seeing the most utility behind really a lot of the scenarios we're putting forward is to really help in that part of the public sector that is actively working to relieve situations like search and rescue, disaster recovery, A lot of public works. We've had talks about adding in some stuff for agriculture. So that's been a huge focus. Not to say that we're neglectful of the hobbyist or the enthusiast, which we have updates for them too, and they also get the added experience and benefit of the rest of our updates, like the flight physics and bug fixes. But there are some things that are really for our workload and for that demand. It makes sense because they operate at a different it's a different price point. And again, that's because we're able to dedicate those services to them. And then as this grows and we do gain more enthusiasts, more people that are into drone racing, more people that are into just the hobby of it, then we can dedicate a lot of those resources to them. But for now, like we're just being honest. Like this is where our focus is, and having something like search and rescue fundamentals available for police departments and search and rescue, fire departments, things like that. That's a really big deal, so that they can gain this training. Like I know for me, I'm an avid backpack. I've backpacked across all the Ozarks, the Ouachita, as part of the Appalachian Trail, and to know that something like this is available to um, to those groups that would have a possibility of coming out and rescuing me. Like, let's say I'm on Katahdin and all of a sudden a snowstorm hits and I'm locked in. Knowing that somebody could use something like this to be a better pilot to come find me, it is honestly a huge anxiety reliever
Yeah,
for me.
I did have a, I think it was 2 years ago now, when Kyle and his wife and I went to the Grand Canyon for a thing. I thought that I was in pretty decent health, but going down part of the canyon and then having to come back up it was awful. So
Yeah,
I can imagine like someone just overestimating their abilities, or take a long
happens
break
all the
and then
time.
go back out and they're like, I got this, and then they most decidedly don't have that. Um, and then, that's when this kind of software and like the training behind it, and like us trying to make sure that we have it as realistic as possible leads to saving lives. Um,
Absolutely.
so I know I
And I
got I
think
got
that's
I got hella winded trying to come out of the Grand Canyon. It
well,
was
there was
slightly
a
embarrassing for myself, but you know.
I don't think anybody really knows. You don't know what you don't know until you get down there and try it, right?
I was
And I
telling,
think that's the biggest thing.
it's like I was telling Stu over lunch. It's just like I think my toxic trait is like I'll see somebody do something incredibly impressive, like Ninja Warrior
Hmm.
or something, but in my mind I can do that, but I know like I can't. There's no
Oh
way.
yeah, no. I would go
but
to grab one of those ledges and both my arms would pop out of their
but
sockets.
but my brain tells me you got that.
Right.
So when I was just like, yeah, I could hike the Grand Canyon, bro. No, you cannot.
No.
You are not going to
Yeah.
go from not doing anything physical like that to just hiking the Grand Canyon. You got another thing coming.
I think that's a good point to make too, though. Like I think people have it in their minds because we grew up in a generation where we had the ability to grab an RC controller or grab a video game controller and get in there and work on that. So when we see things like drones, I think we have a predisposition to be like, I could fly a drone. I can fly a drone all day. I'm not going to hit power cord or
Well, that's the thing.
telephone
It's like,
pole. Or,
that's the thing. It's like most adult men think that they could land an airplane.
absolutely, absolutely,
There is no way, especially if like
there's no way.
the auto landing, or like I don't even know if that's a real thing, is like out or like on the fritz. You're not landing that thing
Not at all.
unless you're getting talked through it by like air traffic control or something. It's
It's
just
hard home truths that I think we have a hard time as a group accepting. So knowing that there's things like this that somebody can do honestly um, at any given time, the sim is not beholden to weather. The sim is not beholden to what technology you own, or a physical drone. Like you're able to take this and utilize it and build those skills so that when you do grab a drone controller and you're standing out there on that parking lot at at a NIST evaluation course, and you go through and rock that thing on your second try, much like we had happen at one of the LIDA things that we went to, you would have never known this guy had never touched a drone before. And he
Yep.
goes out and aces it on his second try. Like, come on, man, that's incredible. So if you're a man and can't let a plane be better,
I'll tell you
just
right
try harder,
now.
bro.
I'll
Just
tell
try
you
harder.
I'll tell you right now, Christian. I would give it my Boy Scout best.
Yeah, I'd try, but I feel like Indiana Jones and I have a lot in common there. Like,
Yeah.
fly, yes; land, no.
Yeah. It's the
Or at least falling in style.
it's the controlled crash that I'm gonna struggle with.
That's exactly it. Just be better. Just, drink a monster and you'll be fine.
just send it, bro. You just gotta live. Um,
Drink a Red Bull, rip your vape, and then land the plane.
Sir, there's no smoking allowed in this plane.
I
Uh,
feel like in that situation you should be
the
allowed to.
the use of smoking or smokeless tobacco in e-cigarettes is prohibited.
E-cigarettes. That sounds so dirty. Um, so getting back into search and rescue, so that is something that we were able to build out over this last year. And when I tell you that the dev team went above and beyond the amount of hours that went into this and the way that they would constantly come back and perfect and take feedback, especially from our enterprise customers. Stu made a good point a minute ago in chat that, like, we are always open and listening to them, and they provide a ton of feedback. When we were at COAV, we had an entire wall dedicated to people giving us feedback. It was this really cool multicolored, visual piece at the end of it. But taking that feedback and applying it to this, it pushed back the release of our beta by several weeks because we had so much more information that we could work on and hone this product in. So, when we take that and then we do this launch, having the SAR fundamentals where it allows, to look through densely wooded areas and along riverbanks, looking for not just lost hikers, but lost campers. It has the free flight, so you can fly around and get used to the areas. It has a canopy search where you're looking top down, looking for a missing person. There's a navigation portion of it where you're being prompted to go through different areas for situational awareness. There's a glide scope 1 training for basic principles of glide scope drone flight. There's a zoom. Oh, what was that? You have a question?
Glide slope or glide scope?
Oh, glide slope. Yeah, sorry, my dyslexia kicked in.
You're good.
Glide
I was
slope.
I was just like am I dyslexic?
No, it's me. Um, Again, I swear I've got a college level reading level. I promise. Just sometimes my brain doesn't match up with my mouth. There's the zoom reveal. So basic principles for the zoom reveal drone flight maneuver. And then the missing kayaker, where you're searching the wilderness looking for trails and clues along the trail. So really cool stuff. Actually, if you'd like to load up the missing kayaker, I think that'd be a fun one to show because it's.
I'm gonna tell you, my brain keeps flipping this M and this K, so I keep reading "kissing Mayaker."
Oh no.
I don't. Mayaker's not even a word.
Yes, glide slope. Thank you, Stu. It's glide slope.
We got it.
Yep, that's on me.
Now
That's mine.
now we're finding the kissing Mayaker.
Yep, I'm going from being cornbread to glide scope.
We plan
But
to
yeah, no,
iterate
you're
on
right, Stu. We not only is getting reviews from our clients huge to let other people know that we're a safe and thoughtful company, but getting that feedback is essential to us and to our team so that we can continue to sharpen this simulator because it's just going to get better, and by way of that is through input. Kyle says this module was originally my baby and had to pass it off to the team. I bet that was kind of hard. That would be tough.
My question is, do I have to stay in this box? I'm assuming I do, because it's because the box is staying there. I'm assuming I have to stay in the box.
I think until you find the first clue and zoom in on it. Stu says also plan to integrate that with our battery tech to measure how well the pilot manages the battery while flying. That's a good point too. I think people forget that drones have a lifespan in the air. Like they have to come back and recharge. So you only have so long to complete, these missions or get as much information as you can. Stu says you do not have to stay in the box.
Okay, so
I think
first
that's just
off,
your starting off point.
what does bro do in kayaking when it's this low?
Hey, when there's enough PBR involved, like things.
Although
like a great idea.
I do believe I've seen somebody take a kayak down a dry like I think it's when they use them to slide down like the culverts or whatever.
Right. Gotcha. Once it's filled, you do not have to stay in it unless that one changes and then you go back into it. So it's that regular trigger method. So it goes purple to green once you're in it, and then it goes away.
Gotcha. We didn't say it's a smart. You know what? No. Fair.
It's a kissing mayaker.
They are kissing. All right, listen.
Look.
Listen.
When I tell you I have kayaked the Harpeth River with about that much water in it. Oh,
God
that looks like a kayak to me.
That looks like a canoe. That dude's kayak is huge.
Wow. I didn't realize you were a kayak size enthusiast.
Look, man, I do enjoy kayaking, but it's been a while since I've done it. I also have never flipped.
Maybe that's the reason they got lost. Probably. I have to do the sit upon kayaks because if I'm the sit in kayak, because I'm built like a buffalo, they tend to get a little tipsy turvy on there.
So I have to capture. Got it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Use your brain, Bo. Come on now.
Don't be a mayaker. Be a kayaker. Is that a clue?
It looked like a stove to me from over here, but I'm also like...
Why are you kayaking with a stove, man? You're not gonna get that hungry. Just eat a granola bar.
Dude, collapsible stove? It's clear to me you were never a Boy Scout.
Dude, I've got my jet boil in my bug out bag right now. Like, I keep a way to heat some water.
Not a Coleman?
No.
Coleman deployable... A Coleman deployable stove? You kidding me?
I can boil water in like 20 seconds with that jet boil and have oats ready to eat.
Better than me. I have a lunch baggie full of laundry lint so that I can start fires easier. But
yeah, I've got those for big fire. Like then they actually work great. I do recommend melting some paraffin on them. It makes them last a little bit longer. Burns a little bit hotter. You can put them in an egg carton, put your lint down in it, and then pour paraffin over that and then cut the individual cells. Those things burn really well for a while and they're waterproof when you put the paraffin on them. There is actually a stove. I couldn't tell on the stream if that was the one, but yeah.
Hey, look at me knowing things.
Look at you go.
You know, almost a little over a decade in Boy Scouts was, a little helpful.
Wow.
Get wrecked. I'm just kidding.
But also, I wouldn't kayak with a full stove. Just saying. What is that?
That's that is a mushroom.
Oh, if you eat that, you get big.
I think that's...
You break blocks.
I think that's wrong. Maybe you break blocks as you're in the throes of death.
I feel like I should reiterate, please don't eat just random mushrooms you find on the ground. That's a horrible idea.
You definitely should, especially not if they're like that. Usually bright colors indicate that it is a dangerous thing.
Yeah, that looks like
I wrecked.
Oh. Yep. You don't want to fly down into the trees like you're doing in real life. Just as a note, you'll lose signal with the drone. Huh.
You'll also You'll also be more likely to hit tree branches, which is not ideal.
Fair point. Quite the fair point.
Trees do be wrecking you.
That's also true. Yeah, and if we have edible mushrooms in here, Nintendo will find us and give us a whipping. So We don't.
Eat a
We don't want.
mushroom. Nintendo will find you and sue you.
Yeah,
That is both sad to see and also hilarious.
quite true. Oh, that's
See,
really cool. God, this thing just looks sick. I love it.
my thought process would be like, I would like if I were in this situation. Yes,
Uh huh.
my kayak is flipped,
Uh huh.
but if
Jumped
I
over, if you will.
if I was in the same situation, I would have immediately gotten out of it, and then I would have, well, assuming I'm not injured, I would check for injuries, and then because I wrecked there, I wouldn't try and ford the stream anymore. I would have gone this way,
That would make the most sense.
but I would have tried to find some kind of cover, which looks like this rock
Mm-hmm.
or
Yeah, I
boulder,
would look for some elevation to try and.
to get myself away from where I think the water could rise to if it were to rain. I don't know what kind of season we're in here, but
Exactly.
I would have gotten away from that. And then the next thing I would have I would have done is built a fire to get rid of the wetness of my clothing, because I'm assuming since homeboy capsized,
Mm-hmm.
uh,
Or homegirl.
or homegirl, home person, uh, that assumes they were
That's
in the
true.
kayak when it flipped. You know,
And also that they're smart enough to have this thought process that you're having. I think that's also wildly important. Is that again they are a mayaker and not a kayaker, and may have lost their central nervous system when they flipped in the water. But like, I'm gonna just run back where I think I came from.
going back to the point that I was saying,
Oh.
that I was saying earlier, where I was just like, you know, I think that I could handle something like this.
Mm-hmm.
My toxic trait is I believe that I could survive in this kind of situation, um,
Sure.
and not be consumed with the Wendigo spirit.
Well, I mean, look, I think it's just apropos because this is Halloween time. Whomst amongst us hasn't fantasized about surviving the zombie apocalypse? And what better way to look and see if there's danger on the horizon than by utilizing a drone? Looking
Uh,
for a horde.
it's like I think Stu said one time, he's just like, if that kind of situation were to ever happen, I know that you'd probably just walk off into the woods and we'd never see you again, but you'd be okay.
Pretty much.
And I was like, you know, some sometimes I just want to do that now.
Your badges would say that you could survive this.
I mean, not only
Exactly.
that is like I taught Boy Scout merit badges and like Scoutcraft and how to build different small like buildings and stuff with, you know, random things that you can make out of stuff in the woods. So like
Trash.
trash, like I can make bits.
Branches, detritus.
I can make rope out of certain types of bark, other kinds of
Hmm.
things. It's one of those things where it's just like I know I have the skill set. It's just like, would my brain be triggered to use those skills in this situation?
I think after a time, I think, especially if you've watched any Les Stroud or, definitely don't take anything that Bear Grylls says as gospel. But I think once that moment of sanity,
He has a lot of good information in the earlier episodes. I will say,
yeah,
um,
until he starts wringing out camel poop for water.
yeah. I mean,
Like,
they're like those types of things. I feel like he does in to illustrate things that you could do in extreme situations.
sure, but I mean, I've also
It
watched
would
the movie 127 hours. I'm not about to go doing minor or major surgery.
it would require me to be in some very dire straits to do some of those things.
Absolutely.
But yeah, my like I said, my toxic trait tells me that I could do this.
You'd at least try. I think that's the biggest takeaway. Those that are willing to try and those that are willing to just give up.
Oh, we got oars.
Uh, we got a horse?
We got
Oh,
oars.
oars. I was like, why is there a horse?
Oh, he clippity clopping.
Ah, take
Can I?
that picture. Snap that shot.
It's
It's a
not letting.
clue, Scooby Doo.
It's not letting. So I gotta get closer.
Oh, row.
Man, this Mayaker went through it.
Really did. Perfect. Nice line up.
Is it?
Is that a hiking pole
It
next to it?
it appears to be, or like
Okay.
is can I? So
It may not be
the pole
reading it.
is a clue, but the how's the
Bugs equals calorie, calorie equals energy, energy equals survival. That's true. And water. You gotta have some water.
and some bugs are tasty.
Okay. Like, I don't know about all that.
Hey, you never had crickets before?
No, I'm not opposed to the idea of it. I do think that'd be a great way to supplement some protein for people. But no, I've never just willfully been like, I'm going to go munch on a cricket,
A cricket. All right.
a
So
grasshopper.
do we think? I don't think a hiking pole gets stuck like that without being done on purpose.
Right. That's what makes it a real clue.
Am I applying too much credit to this person?
Oh, you're definitely overthinking it.
I mean, let's be real. This is why information that's given to you by the people that know this person is important, because like they would know whether this person is a avid explorer of the woods.
Oh, Stu raises a good question. What if that is signaling a direction that they went?
What if the bear is trying to lure me by doing this though?
Well, then the bear deserves to have lunch. Oh, I see something.
What do you see?
Right
Tell
there
me.
to go.
What do
Go
your
right a little bit.
what do your elf eyes see? A backpack?
Well, yep. What is that? That's a backpack. There we go.
Tell me, what do your elf eyes see?
Legolas.
I think we plan to add ways to have more context about the missing person as well, like a dossier.
Ah, that would be cool. What we know, what we don't know.
Can't wait to have the kids at the summer camp do this in like no time.
Of course they will.
Oh, great. At least I feel safe.
Safe-ish? Safe-esque?
So everything in my gut tells me that this person should have stayed closer to the... Oh, I found you.
There it is. There he is. Or him or her.
It's a
Who's
her.
Zephyr? It's a lady. Do not worry, lady. Careful, careful. Oh, looks like she ate one of the mushrooms.
F.
F. That's also what she's saying. Well, F.
They're taking my eyes, God. What? Part... What? Yes, but I got an F. Is it because I didn't find all the clues, or because I took 13?
And you crashed.
Oh, and I
Probably
crashed.
all the above.
It's because I crashed for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I think that's a good place for us to leave it until next week when we can go over some more of these scenarios. But I think for all of our folks out there, our clients, just go into the launcher. It will prompt you to update. If you have any kind of snags with that, we have some tools available on our site. Check out our wiki. Scroll to the bottom of the page. It's right there, WIKI. It's got all the information you need under patch notes and the launcher. So check that stuff out. We're constantly updating and putting our dev notes in there, minor fixes, things like that. But if you do encounter an error, that's what we're here for. That's why, thankfully, we're still a small and versatile team, so we can help. We're there to assist. So just let us know how we can be of service. We hope you enjoy this update. We'll be back next week at probably a little bit closer to 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
And we'll go through some more of it. Tell your friends, please hit that thumbs up on the stream, please. That helps us in the algorithm. Make sure you share it with people you know, people you don't know. If you think that we're fun and enjoy our information, share it with friends. If you think we're really annoying, share it with your enemies, and we'll help do our best to annoy them. But share, if you reach out, you will talk to Dustin. That's right. I may not know exactly what to do, but I'll talk to you about it and soothe your woes. But make sure you subscribe to us. We appreciate you. Thank you for your time. Bo, any final thoughts?
That was very challenging. I look forward to getting better at that.
We're gonna do this. We're gonna earn our merit badge and find the Mayaker.
Yeah, I'm sure that there's a drone piloting merit badge now. Because when I was there, there was a you could get merit badges in flying planes.
Well, I think drones are probably going to be the most accessible thing, and they are definitely here to stay. So we'll continue to update everyone. Check our socials for more information. If you're not following our socials, you should be. Sign up for our emails. We're going to start sending out some email blasts once or twice a month with other updates and cool information. Biggest thing coming up before I forget, Extra Life. We will be live streaming for Extra Life, raising money for kids,
And that won't
for
that
Children's
that
Miracle Network.
it's important to note that that won't be on this channel. That'll be on the Little Arms Studios channel, specifically.
Correct. I'll probably try and go live just on our YouTube, just to kind of fill people in and push them over to there as well. But yeah, we're going to go live. We're going to play some games. We're going to eat some hot food. Bo and I are going to auction off our beards. Again, we're raising money. I think if you go to my link, the money goes to Boston Children's Hospital. I think Bo has one set up there in Virginia. So no matter what you do or how you want to participate, it's going to be a ton of fun. We're going to have a good time, raise some money for the kids, and do a good thing with drone. Might be able to do co-stream. Yeah, we'll look at it. We'll see how we can make it work. But
yeah, for sure,
we're really excited. And anytime we're able to all get together as a group is always an absolute blast, as long as I can behave myself.
It's a blessing for sure.
It is. Yeah, bless up. So on that note, thank you for your time and your cooperation. Thank you, Bo, for guiding us through this, and continue to be cool to each other. And we will see you all next week.